We are coming to you from the studios of WUFO right here in the city of Buffalo, New York. This is the Sisters edition of the Apostolic Rock radio broadcast, and I just want to give you a little smidget of what we were talking about, and talking about realness and how difficult it is to find real and true people, and to find truth, period. I was thinking, it seems to be so simple and easy for people to lie, instead of telling your girlfriend you don't like them shoes, why you gotta pretend? Girl, oh yeah, them shoes is good. As soon as her back is turned, another friend is there, you looking like, I wouldn't be caught in them shoes. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to see, this is really sad to say, and I hate to say this, and especially putting it on YouTube and what have you, but really, if you want to know the character of a woman, you start watching them Atlanta housewives from Atlanta. You start watching them football wives and the hip hop stuff that's on there. You are surprised how women are, and we're supposed to be supporters of one another. I understand you understand me. We have the same little friend that comes every month. I know why you being grouchy. I support your grouchiness at that time. Why we gotta lie to one another? Why can't we just be truthful and really open with one another? Yahweh said in Psalms, I believe it's Psalms 51 and 6. Read it for me, Deaconess Woody, if you can. It is something, truth is something that you have to seek after, and truth is something that you have to practice. I want to bring clarity to this statement that we say, fake it until you make it. That doesn't mean fake it until you fake it. It means what it says. Fake it until you make it. In other words, practice being right. If you practice being right, and you practice it long enough, at the end, it won't be a practice anymore. It will be reality. It will be you. So that's where and how the terminology is. Fake it until you make it. Don't fake it until you continue to fake it. You fake it until you make it. It becomes a part of you. You have truth within you. Don't even lie to yourself. The word even says, lie not one to another. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the year 2012 where, the world has ushered us into this. Now, it's time for you now, as you make your New Year's resolutions and you're practicing trying to lose weight and you're glamorizing yourself. It's nothing like a beautiful inside person when you can see. It doesn't matter. You can have on the best of Louis Vuitton. You can have on Christian Dior shoes. You can have whatever you want to have on and still not have the glow of truth within you. Still not have that inner beauty that should be coming from you. So you got to seek after it. And what does it say in Psalms 51 and 6?
Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts.
Yahweh desires truth in your inward parts. So at first, this is what you do. You realize you've got a terrible habit in lying. You talk to Yahweh in truth. Yahweh, I'm a liar. And I need you to help me to stop lying. So after you get finished praying that prayer, this is what you do. If talking is going to make you lie, shut up. You don't have to talk. You don't have to say anything. Just nod your head. How come, girl, you ain't saying nothing? You mighty quiet today. Because you have already prayed and asked Yahweh to help you to stop lying. Exaggeration, embellish, all of that, short term for lie. And it doesn't make you feel good. You know what I found out too? Let me tell you, it is easier to tell the truth than it is to lie. Trust me. When you lie, you have to remember the lie that you told.
About it.
And then you have to keep telling one lie upon another lie. But when you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. You can forget, But when it's the truth, it is so clear, it is so evident to you, it comes back to you. And we have the tendencies to think that because we are a certain way, that God is that way. So if we're not truthful to ourselves and to one another, it is hard for us to expect Yahweh to be truthful to us, so that when you pray and when you begin to seek after him and when the word comes to you and when you begin to read, after you get finished praying and then the word of scripture drops to you, it's hard for you to believe what is being said to you because you have not practiced truth even to yourself. Yes. So when you begin to practice truth and have truth within your inward parts, then you can understand and rely on Yahweh that his word is true. Thy word is true. Yahweh's word is true. He said he'll be with you until the end, that you may boldly say that he is your helper. Well, that is true, but you can't rely on it if you yourself are not being truthful to yourself and to others. It is time now for realness. Hallelujah. Realness. You want to get a good doctor. You don't want no doctor lying to you.
That's the truth.
And I had said one time, I was going to the doctor and I kept hearing the doctor say about one doctor said, he's a good man, good man. And went to another doctor and said, he's a good man, and I thought to myself, okay, maybe a good man, but is he a good doctor? Yeah. Tell me the truth about the situation. It may be a good woman, but is she a truthful woman? Right. Is she a good woman that you can rely on? Will she utter truth out of her mouth? Will she speak truthfulness to you? If you want your children to speak truth to you, then you must speak truth to them. You got to teach them to love Yahweh. You got to teach them to be obedient. They got to see you being honest and upright. Yes. It's nothing like when a child can look and see mama is upright. Mama is right because she practiced being right. Yes. Yahweh desires truth in the inward parts. And then also in John 4:24. Quickly, I only got a couple of minutes here. 1 minute, I only got 1 minute. 1 minute. What can I do in 1 minute? Let's see what I can do in 1 minute. John chapter 4 and verse 24. It's talking about our responsibility as being God's people, as being Yahweh's people. Read it for me, please, Deaconess Woody.
Elohim is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And further down it says, and the Father seeketh such a one. And so that's what he wants. He wants you to worship him in spirit and in truth. And you got to be honest. You be honest with Yahweh. Tell him your fears. Yes. Tell him your concerns. Tell him your doubts. Tell him your expectations. Tell him what you're looking forward to. Tell him, everything that you need to talk to him about. And be truthful to him. If you are truthful to him, I guarantee you this. He will strengthen you. He will uphold you. He will lift you up. He will become the lifter of your head. He will give you boldness to be able to stand. You can fake it until you make it. Don't fake it until you fake it. Fake it until you make it. In other words, practice being right. Practice telling the truth. Practice living for Yahweh. Yes. Practice walking upright. Practice talking upright. And then you will hear us say, come on, girls, where are you? You will hear us say Yahweh's word is so good. And you will hear us say about Yahweh's word, there is